But I thought you said you wanted to learn to develop real estate. Well, I do. It's just... Then just start. I can't. It's not that simple. It is. Just start doing the things that we talked about. But don't you see, it's not realistic for everyone. I'm not like you. But that's the thing. You are like me. In fact, we are literally the same person, just pretending to be two different people. All right, here's the deal. You don't think you can develop real estate for one reason or another, and I'm here to tell you that you can. Welcome back to Brian Bandas Builds a Business, where we build buildings, build our businesses, and build better versions of ourselves. So I'm enjoying this read the comment, respond to it thing like last week. How dare you, sir? And check this out. I was looking at an old Instagram reel of mine, and I saw this comment that for whatever reason, I did not see it at the time. Now it's just a generic reel about real estate development, but the comment says, "This isn't realistic for everyone, and the new materials suck." Now this isn't going to be a video about building materials, although I will say that the vast majority of the new materials are better, perhaps with the exception of lumber. I hear a lot of people say, hey, the lumber used to be great.
Now it's all too young, it's really fresh because we can't replenish fast enough, yada yada.
I don't know, I'm not an expert. But this idea, it's not realistic for everyone. I immediately hear this excuse where now this person is off the hook. Maybe they wanted to do this, but it's hard, or they're scared, or they're intimidated, or whatever. And so now they have this excuse. They're like, well, just not everybody can do that. And I'm just gonna debunk that right now. Bring it on! Now, here's what I'll agree with. If we're trying to be literal, then you're correct. This is not feasible for literally everyone. There's maybe age restrictions or disabilities that would cause this not to be feasible, or somebody who lives in a country where real estate development isn't allowed, or the law isn't allowed, or something like that. Okay, so literally everyone, yeah, you're correct. But if you are an adult in America, it's feasible. You can do it! Have you ever heard the phrase, everything is figure-outable?
Everything is figure-outable.
Well, I didn't come up with it, but I do like it. In fact, as I said in the last video, the main reason I got into real estate was because some of the things that I think keep us from being able to do certain things are particularly solvable in the context of real estate. There are little to no gatekeepers, and there is massive room for flexibility and creativity, particularly when it comes to financing and deal structure, meaning you don't have to have a whole bunch of your own money to do a real estate deal. Right off the bat, look at wholesaling. Let's go with the most basic version. You can be a wholesaler, walk down the street for free. I'm not talking about mailers, I'm not talking about robo-dialers, I'm talking about walking down the street and knocking on a door until somebody says, yeah, I might want to sell this house. And if you know somebody who would buy it for more, you can wholesale it and flip it for free until you close and capture the spread. I'm not going to teach wholesaling in this video, but the point is there's a lot of flexibility, and that's what makes real estate really cool. So here's what I think are probably the three main reasons why somebody would feel like, oh, this isn't feasible for me, I just can't do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a basic solution to each of those so you no longer have an excuse. And whoever this person who commented is, Asset City. I read that differently at first. Asset City, maybe real estate development isn't for you, but it's not because you can't. It's not because it's not feasible. I'm not saying everybody should. I am saying probably just about everybody could. You can do it! All right, so what's the number one reason people think I probably can't develop real estate? We all know the answer. It's because of money. Money. So let me just back things up. When I started real estate development, I had no family money. I had no college degree. I didn't have some crazy annual income. In fact, I put precisely zero of my own dollars into my first development deal. I'm not saying it's easy. I am saying it's simple. You can do it! Here's the solution. You go and you find opportunities to make money, and you bring them to the people who have money, and you say, hey, I can make you this percentage of return on your money, and all I want to do is split the profits. So it might be, hey, in order to do this deal, we need $100,000 to put down with the bank, and I need you to sign on the loan. And in return, we're actually going to make 100, and you keep 50 and I'll keep 50. You have just offered this person a 50% return on their money, and most likely they're interested in that. How much of your money did you bring? Zero. Did you have to co-sign for the loan because you have some great salary? No. Now that's a basic setup, but the point is you can do this. You can do it! You can network and bring in other people's money and use creative deal structures without being rich and make deals happen. The second reason is people go, I don't know real estate. How am I supposed to develop real estate? I don't know anything about it. I don't have a background in it, whatever. I've never owned rental properties. That's fine. At its heart, the answer to this is the same principle as the last one. You lean on other people. And the principle is also the same in that you're gonna do that in a way that's beneficial to them. So start basic, start learning about it on YouTube, watch a bunch of other channels, listen to podcasts, go check out Bigger Pockets. Then start learning about it from people that you know, network with some agents. I mean, somebody in your friends group or in your family is a real estate agent. I just guarantee it. They're freaking everywhere. I'm one. Rely on those people, and in particular, when you find a great agent, try to create a win-win and say, hey, I'm wanting to do this. If you can find me a deal or help me identify and help me sort of evaluate a deal, you get to list it on the back end. So now you're offering them commission if they will just help you get rolling. Same idea as the money when you're trying to create value for somebody else, and then they will bring value back to you. I think the third one is similar to the second one. I don't know construction. I don't know anything about building houses. It's intimidating. And the great news is you can do the same thing. Lean on other people. Begin to build a network of people who you like and trust, who will share information with you and bring them opportunity to make money. And guess what? They're going to help you make money. A perfect example of not knowing how taking action is going to create opportunity, but just knowing that it will, is this. I knew that I wanted to expand what I was doing as an investor. At the time, I went on to biggerpockets.com to look for the Nashville Bigger Pockets event, and there were none. So I started one. We met monthly at a bar, and I was the one that put it together, and I would come with topics or questions, or I would ask somebody to speak. And at either the first or second event, this guy walks in and we start chatting, and he's a builder. And I say, hey, I'm trying to move from, rentals and flipping into new construction. I need a builder to help me understand cost. If you want to do that, you can build my first deals for me. So what happened? He ended up building a bunch of houses for me, made a few $100,000 while I made money too and got my career rolling. It was all because I brought him opportunity. I made him money and he helped me make money. So this idea that you have to have all the answers, wrong, or you have to have all the money, wrong, or you have to have all the anything, wrong, is just false. And what's beautiful about real estate is that because of these types of answers, it is feasible for anyone. Whatever that thing is that's in your brain that's saying, here's why you can't do it, I can almost guarantee it is solvable. There is an answer. And if you decide with conviction, I know there's a solution, it's just a matter of me working to find it, you're gonna find it. It might take time, it might be tiring, it might be scary, it might take effort, it might be frustrating, you might even fail a few times. That's just part of the process. That weeds out the people who really want it and the people who just like the idea of it. And we've all seen the difference between the two. So listen, I'm not trying to sell you that real estate development is easy. What I am trying to sell you is that you can absolutely do it. If it's something you really actually want to do. So, asset city. That's not good. So listen, asset city, this isn't realistic for everyone. Yeah, it pretty much is. So maybe the true comment is like, this is a lot of work and maybe not worth it for everyone. That's probably true, but anyone who wants to do it can do it. As always, if you're getting some out of this, if you're becoming a better developer, investor, a better entrepreneur of some kind, a better person in some way, then like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time.